Someone called Shane Beamer a clown. Someone asked, basically, why are people so in love with Shane Beamer? And why do people cover the guy so much? You know, he wanted to know personally on our show, why are you so up on Shane Beamer? Well, I'll tell you that the guy's won more games than anyone expected him to 2 years in a row. He's only been there 2 years, so that's the simple answer. But I'm not really in the business of doing 45-second segments. So outside of that, people questioned his antics, whatever in the world that means. People question his demeanor. People don't like the rah-rah mentality. So here's what I would say. Shane Beamer's probably, I don't know. Actually, Beamer probably would respond. But I'll respond for him. So you can sit this one out, Shane. How would you like him to act? You are the head coach of South Carolina, a program that's been in the ditch for a little while, a program that had fallen not just behind but far behind in their own state, a program that also resides in the same division as the two-time defending national champion. You've got to jumpstart your program. The entire ethos, the entire methodology that I guess, judging by the comment you're wanting Shane Beamer to have, is what got the last guy fired. So there is no motivation to come in and do it the same way it had been being done. That's how you end up in the unemployment line. That's how you end up making $35K a year for someone because you're living the buyout life. And while the buyout life is nice, that is not professionally what you aspire to live. So I look at Shane Beamer, and he doesn't rub me the wrong way. Even if he did rub me the wrong way, I'd say, man, I can't stand that guy. Good for him, though. I'd follow it up with a good for him. Now, for those of you who he does rub the wrong way, if it's a personal thing, it's a personal thing. If you're a Clemson fan, I do not expect you to like the guy. But if you're an agnostic fan, if you're just a Colorado State fan, and welcome in viewers from Fort Collins tonight, but if you're a Colorado State fan, and I'm not sure the rooting interest of the person who submitted the question, but if you're just out there somewhere and you don't like the way Shane Beamer goes about it, what do you want him to do? Do you want him to fake it? It's clearly his authentic self. Do you want him to fake it? Also, clearly the way he's doing it has worked the first 2 years. There's no guarantee what the future holds. But I think if we really got down to it, a lot of what rubs Shane Beamer the wrong way is you probably doubted him when he got the job, and he's probably proven you wrong so far, and he may have made you look a little foolish, and you don't like this. None of us like looking like fools, but some of us fail to look in the mirror when we make an incorrect prediction. Here's how it looks. Shane Beamer's going to fail. Shane Beamer succeeds. I hate that guy. He's a clown. That's how it looks a lot of times. Here's how it should look. Shane Beamer's going to fail. Shane Beamer succeeds. Shame on me for doubting that guy. I'm the idiot. That's how it should look. We're at the NFL Combine right now. For example, there's going to be a lot made, as is usually the case, of guys running in their underwear across the street at Lucas Oil Stadium. And guys are going to get overhyped in some cases, and then they're not going to live up to the hype that people who work in the media sphere build for them. And guess what those players are going to be called? They're going to be called busts. No one in our profession is going to say, I'm the idiot who hyped him up. We will just blindly accept that the market rate for where he should go in the draft is where he should go in the draft. And then when he doesn't fulfill on those expectations, he's a bust. Something was wrong with him. Couldn't be something wrong with me. Same thing with coaches. When you predict one not to pan out, sometimes you just default to, well, I don't like him. He's either cheating, which every winning coach until the end of time will do. That'll always be the accusation. Or he's a clown. Oh, ethically, he's cutting corners. It couldn't just be, I was wrong about the guy. Some of you were wrong about Shane Beamer, and you don't want to admit it. And I'm just here to tell you, as someone who has been wrong before, and I bet if we do this show long enough, I'll be wrong about something again. Sometimes you got to bite the bullet. You got to admit when you were wrong. Remember, I'm the guy who said Texas A&M had a disaster-proof roster coming into 2022. Texas A&M sat at home in bowl season because of how disastrous the team was, regardless of how talented the roster was. It's okay, guys. To err is human. And so to have doubted Shane Beamer in some cases is human. It's okay. You don't have to call the guy a clown. Just because he doesn't carry himself in the stoic fashion that every coach in the 1930s carried himself doesn't necessarily mean he's a clown. Here's the way you know you've got the right approach. Does it resonate with your locker room? Shane Beamer's approach resonates with the locker room. You don't really hear a whole lot out of South Carolina of, doesn't strike the right tone with guys. It just falls on deaf ears. They may not win every game. They won't this year. At least I wouldn't think they would. there I go doubting him. But that doesn't make the guy a clown. So, and furthermore, the question, to reiterate, was, why do you talk about him so much? Number one, we got a lot of South Carolina fans who watch the show. Number two, our data indicates that there are people who are not Carolina fans or Clemson fans who kind of have an interest in Shane Beamer. So the way he's acting, in some shape, form, or fashion, has elicited a reaction or an emotion in enough people to where I'll talk about it, especially if you ask me the question. That just gives me a free lead in to discuss it. Guys, thanks for watching Late Kick. Make sure and leave a comment. I love interacting with you. But most of all, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. That's how we keep all of this free.